the World Economic Forum has trained through their young leaders programs and their influencer program a whole cadre of basically bureaucrat hacks that they have intentionally infiltrated throughout all the Western democracies. And Epoch Times is particularly sensitive to issues about the Central Communist Party and the People's Republic of China. And what we learn increasingly is the World Economic Forum is remarkably aligned with the CCP and the People's Republic of China. And these people have decided that they have the right to circumvent the global democracies, the Western democracies, and they're acting aggressively on it. For instance, there's a bill in the United Nations right now asserting that in the case of a public health emergency, a new constitution that the UN would create would circumvent, be placed over all of the Western democracy constitutions. They want to create a system in which they can use a public health emergency, which is whatever they decide it is, just like the definition of mis and disinformation. They want to be able to use a public health emergency to justify suspending the constitution of all the Western democracies and implementing the things that they want, which includes the digital ID, QR codes, tracking on your cell phone, and the PRC branded, social credit system, which we've now learned in Justin Trudeau's guidance will destroy the banking system. I mean, that's what brought those policies in Canada down. It was people, high net worth individuals and average people realizing that the banking system had been weaponized in China. In Canada, there was no longer a safe harbor, and they pulled their money out of TD Bank and the other Canadian banks. And that started to crash the entire economic system of Canada. That's why Justin Trudeau backed down. And that's the system that the World Economic Forum wants to foist on all of us. And in my opinion, it's time to wake up and stand your ground and flush out these WEF people that have been placed all through our government. Gavin Newsom, Inslee in Washington, Pete Buttigieg, it goes on and on and on. They are throughout our government at the state level and the national level. They are in tech. They are in banking. This has been a 30-year campaign by the World Economic Forum to place their trainees throughout the Western democracies in positions of leadership. And here's my point in closing on that. Is your public, are you willing to let the same people that have totally bungled the management of this outbreak control your life? Are you willing to give up your freedom to let these people control you? Speaking for myself, the answer is hell no.